Hey, bro, is you serious? I mean, nah, I'm about to dip. I just got the chair, cuz. Come on, man. Alright. I mean, I hate to have to do it to him. Gotta do it to him. Hey, yo, don't blame me. Shit. It's your fault.
All right. Y'all have no idea of what I just went through on that first time I tried to do this intro. So here we go again. All right, no theatrics, no wow, none of that, okay? All I'm gonna say is, hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shiloh Barber. This is Cash or Trash. And we back with yet another tutorial with a barber that feels like he's equipped to give tutorial haircuts. Tito Cuts from Tampa Bay. My guy, what are you doing? I don't know. Well, we about to find out on this episode of Cash or Trash. So let's get started, my guy. I think this one's gonna be kind of fun. Let's get started.
YouTube, if you follow my channel, you already know that I'm going to be showing you guys my universal haircutting system, guys.
The cleanest mid-drop fade. That's what he said.
I'm going to show you that it not only works on straight hair, on wavy hair,
and he got a comb.
It can also work on a curly hair texture, just like
he got a comb. Let's see if he keeps it.
So if you've been looking for that haircutting system that's going to make life in the barbershop easy.
We got a comb and green gloves. What he doing first, guys? Combing the hair, checking it out. While he combing the hair, he's assessing it. Any cowlicks, what's going on in the hair? How clean is it? Is there any grease in his hair? These are things that we need to know. Is it sweaty? Is it dirty? These are the things that we need to know before we start cutting hair. That is why you need to comb the hair first, not brush it. Comb.
This video is going to be infinitely valuable to you.
Whoa.
You guys,
okay.
Make sure that whenever you do have a curly hair texture, you're gonna comb the hair out just like this, because you want to make sure
that man's hair is not curly.
Those hairs are already fully extended, so that way you can use.
What's that? He going babyless Tune 4.5
through this whole video, guys.
That's the babyless Tune 4.5 collabo clippers. Know your clippers.
It's really easy to follow haircutting system, but to make it even easier to follow,
that's a nice color,
I'm going to show you
like
guys
that
the
green
guards that I'll be using in the bottom right-hand corner. So as you can see here, we're using this 1.5. It's going down with the grain. If you're not familiar with what the grain means, against the grain, essentially what we're talking about.
It kind of looked like he kind of hit him right here a little bit. Like he kind of went with the grain, but he kind of went against the grain. I'm not sure. That looks a little shaky right there.
If the hair were to grow forward, you're going to be cutting it forward. If it starts growing to the left, cut it left. If it's going to the right, and you're just always going to be cutting it in the direction that the hair is naturally laying down.
Right.
It's most beneficial to cut this texture of hair.
I'm sorry for stopping it so many times so early in the game, but if he would have had a smaller comb and combed his hair with a smaller comb, he would have got a better cut pattern that would help him a little more, or make the cut look a little smoother as he cut the hair. The thing that you want to do is you want to get a comb that's fitting for the length of hair you have, that directs the hair into the direction that it naturally grows. And then you're kind of looking down at the scalp to see which way it grows. That way you know which way to cut.
Especially when they're training their waves and they want their waves to come together and connect with the grain. Now, here's where my haircutting system.
I like how you got the clipper right here, though. That's pretty lit.
YouTubers, guys, I'm gonna strongly recommend that you do your bald line with the clipper all the way closed. A lot of YouTubers are gonna tell you to do the bald line with the trimmers, right? The same machines that you're using to edge up your clientele. But in my opinion, ever since I started doing it with the clipper, the hair fades out so much easier. If I put in a really harsh line with the trimmers, it punches that line in really hard, and it becomes challenging to fade out at the end.
So what he just admitted was he have a hard time getting that line of demarcation out of there when he put the line in with the trimmers. If you use the liners, the trimmers to put that line in, and you go against the you put those trimmers in there, you go and you put that line in, it makes a hard line. So what he's saying is, because you use the clippers and not the trimmers, right, it's not cutting as much hair. So the line isn't as hard to get out. Then he'll come through with the trimmers and probably go against the grain with it and fade it out that way.
See, as we continue to fade down, why this is so much easier to do it this way, but you still get precise haircut results. And it's a similar reason why I like to set my secondary guideline in here with the half guard all the way closed.
Gonna do next.
Some guys are going to tell you to go in with no guard all the way open, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me personally, and you're going to notice this as we go through this fading system, it's easier for me to fade this line out going from plastic guard to plastic guard rather than going from plastic guard down to no guard at all, right? Obviously at some...
Okay, so Tito giving out his game. Understand some words that he's using. Me, I. Me and I. This is how he do it. Everybody have their own way of doing things. I have my way. Tito has his way. You have your way. And if you're a new barber, you'll start to find your way. So understand that you could take stuff from me. You could take stuff from Tito. You could take stuff from whoever the barber is, and you could put it together and create your own.
You're gonna have to fade through that transition, but I find this guideline easier to fade if I set my half in.
Whoa.
We already did the no guard.
All right.
We did our half guideline.
That's your half.
Now, this is the longest guard that we're gonna use here, guys. We're gonna use the 1.5. And I take this 1.5 guard with the lever all the way open. I think that this is one of the most versatile guards to use, and that's why this haircut...
See, I would have took the 1.5. No, I did that.
System works so well because if I take this 1.5 with the lever open and I use the appropriate motions, floating my way up into the darkness at the very top of the hair, it helps me maintain the shape, but also the 1.5 guard kind of works with the gradients. This is where you can start working on that transition from where the hair is dark to where the hair is light. So that's why I started with it open, removed the bulk that I needed to, you know, and while still maintaining that darkness. But now
you see how the hair look like it's not moving, it just look balled up. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look uniform. It don't look uniform. He's gonna have to overwork to get that fade in there.
Close that lever and work just below that to be able to remove some of that darkness. You start working on that transition. So you could see it really didn't take too much with the 1.5 guard.
Right here.
I'm
see how dark it is right here?
To my half guard.
This
is the line. This is the guard that we used to put that initial line in.
Light here.
Remember, we set that first line in with the half.
Now he with a brush.
But I want to show you guys here how using this half guard.
Instead of getting a better comb, you get a brush, Tito.
And repeating that same motion, right, floating my way up into the next level. You can see.
One thing I can say about Tito and his cutting is Tito cuts very smooth. He got a real smooth, laid back style to him. I would imagine that Tito is a real cool dude. Like he be chilling and like stuff be happening in his world. And he be like, ah, man, it's all good. We'll get over it. We'll handle it. Like Tito the type, he'll mess around. I don't, you know, but he'll mess around, you know, just sit back and be like, you know what? We cool.
Oh, you really don't need to use the one guard. Like you can skip guards at this point and really start working on this transition. So, you know, if you guys are going to be
falling asleep,
you know, working on efficiency and you want to learn.
See, at this point right here, right, what I would have did was I take that one guard after he did the 1 1/2 closed against the grain. I take that one guard open, right, and go right about right here and go with the grain with it. But of course, I'd have a comb. Tito, where's your comb? Then you break it down to close. That way, by the time he gets to this point right now, that line would have been out of there by now.
Skip guards, keep that lever open, and have a nice light pressure floating motion, right? So start with pressure at the bottom, but float your way up into the darkness that you just cut with the 1 1/2 guard close. And after you feel like you've accomplished everything you can with the half guard all the way open, now you can little by little start closing the lever, bring it down halfway closed, and
so you got a little weight line right here.
So by the time that you work your way all the way down closed, you're gonna see kind of what I was talking about, how much easier it is to fade from guard to guard rather than from guard to blade.
Look at that.
So notice here, like
Did y'all see the color in the video?
Guys, nothing blends easier into a half guard closed than a half guard closed.
We got our barber eyes on.
Watch this trend.
Barber eyes on. Do we have our barber eyes on? Put our barber eyes on. Look at these. Look at these light spots. Look at these dark spots. That's all going to be a part of transition into your fade. It's all going to play a part later on. And we're going to see how Tito does to even it up.
Come together, guys, and let me know down below what you think about it, man. And if you guys have been curious about the tools that I use, like not only using my hair cutting system, but also using the same tools that I use for cutting hair, you know, the links are going to be in the description down below.
Heavyweight.
Right? If you guys have been interested in,
so he working here, but you still got this up here, though.
You know, I've been using it because
Tito.
You know my system and my setup. I'm a big fan of just having one clipper, one trimmer, one shaver. And the most important thing about that kind of setup is you need to have a clipper that does not get hot.
Skipping spots.
Right? The blade cannot get hot if I'm going to be, you know, maximizing efficiency and just using one clipper all day. So those links are going to be down below.
So you still got that little bit of weight right here. If you guys have any more
questions about that clipper and trimmer setup, man, you can definitely leave the questions down below. I respond to everything.
That's a 1.5. You got to touch
here, guys, look.
So he can touch that in he could touch that little weight that he got right up in here, right there where it's a wave. Now, through his eyes, he might see it as just a wave, right? But through our eyes on the camera, we can see more imperfections than he could probably see in person, right? However, if you are recording a video of a haircut, it's best to look through the camera just to make sure, you know, you can spot certain things through the camera lens that you can't spot with your natural eye. So look through the camera lens and check out your work when you're recording videos.
At the bottom with the no guard at all, clipper all the way closed. So the easiest way to fade this out now is we're gonna return to that clipper all the way closed and little by little start notching our way open more and more and more. I used to have,
and I'm gonna let it play for a little bit, but I want to say this. I just want to reiterate. I hope I said that right. That I didn't watch this video. I don't know what's going to happen. I do not know. We are watching this video together. We watch these videos on Cash or Trash together. I do not watch these videos. I see the thumbnail. I go, well, that looks interesting. I think the school of Cash or Trash would love this. And then I do my thing and then we get there. Other than that, I don't watch them, so I don't know.
Anxiety about like, oh, I'm gonna accidentally push my fade way too high. But once I started understanding, like, you do have to accept, yes, your lines are gonna get higher,
putting another
but
line
at the same time, you're also gonna be getting longer and longer. Right, so if I match it close all the way at the very bottom, right? And let's say I break through that line and I push it up a little bit.
Oh, hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something. See if I can catch it. Right there, right? See, when y'all see this fade, right? Let me see something.
A little bit.
Hold on. All right, boom.
Right, so.
Right there, right? Look at your fade from this angle right here, right? When you're watching, when you cutting and you fading, look at your fade from this angle right here. Not straight on, but just a little tilted to the side. A little tilted to the side. So you can kind of like as you see, if we looking straight on, we're looking at the back of his head, right? But we looking at the fade through an angle. And that's going to let you know and let you see some detail work that you may or may not need to do. Like right here, we see that line right there, right? That's a line that he got to work out, okay? But when you look at your fade from different angles, right? Spinning them around in the chair real slow and looking at the fade from all the angles and not just straight on, that'll help you become a better fader.
Right. And let's say I break through that line and I push it up a little bit. Cool. Let me open up one more notch, which means I'm going to get a little bit longer, which means I can safely get a little bit higher. You know, hit that line a few more times. Now let's open up the notch one more time and go a little higher, and open it and go higher, and open it more and go higher.
This is
By
wild.
the time that you get all the way to the top, like your clipper all the way open, right? It's gonna blend perfectly smoothly into the half guard
My
closed.
man over there
that you
knocked
set.
out.
You know what I mean? So like the haircutting system that I use, man, I teach it to you guys for a reason.
Oh,
it
man.
helped me so much with my efficiency. It helped me so much with my confidence
grain,
going into every
the
single
grain.
haircut. It doesn't matter if I've never cut somebody's hair before. I can
My
go
man
in
trying to hold on.
any stranger's haircut with full confidence if they want to fade using these steps, using
My
this
dog was
system.
trying to hold
and
on.
it sounds like you guys also have had, you know, that same confidence boost, those of you who have been following my system. So let me know what your thoughts are on this down below. Does it make sense?
I
Watching
wonder
it come
how
together?
long this cut.
And,
This,
I mean, even, you know, the
how
way that
many
we're
years-
cutting this
how many-
hair,
how long
it's
ago he
pretty
did this
safe
cut?
too, the system, because you can see my client was falling asleep the whole time. His head is bobbing and weaving, but I was still able
he
to
knocked
execute a perfectly, well, at least, you know,
That's
best
trust,
of my
though.
ability, perfectly
That's trust.
a blurry fade. You know, so let me know your thoughts down
The
below.
client
man. I
fall
hope
asleep
I
in the
hope this is
chair
helpful
with
for
you.
guys.
He trusts you. Or he
Man, it's
dead
crazy
tired.
how quick the channel has been able to grow. Like, I feel like it hasn't been super quick, but it's definitely been
Ooh.
steady. Like,
Ooh, look,
I feel like
y'all
I just
see
put
it?
my head down,
Y'all see
worked,
it?
and all of a sudden now
Y'all
we're
see
about to
it?
hit 35,000 subscribers, man. It's pretty cool to see it all come together.
Y'all see it?
So, for real, guys, thank you so much for supporting
Look,
the
it's still
channel,
there.
giving me feedback.
Look, I told y'all
Even those
earlier.
of you who have negative
told
feedback,
y'all.
right? Like, it still helps me grow. It still helps me improve.
You lining it up. You still got work in the fade, champ. What's going on? You still got fade work to do. You got hot spots here. Lord knows what's on the other side. You know what? Let me stop.
As
Let
a
me see what
YouTuber,
you
know,
got.
just to understand what you guys better like. So thank you guys so much for that, man. So now we're here getting into the lineup, guys, and you know, especially when you have a
This is a natural line.
fade like this, right? Like a good medium fade. It's not too high, it's not too low. It's floating right in the middle. If your client likes to have the C
I like natural
defined,
lines.
I hope that this kind of shows you that it's not necessary to really over exaggerate, you know, the curves of the lines, or sometimes like dipping your fading lines like way lower in the front of the, you know, towards the front of the fade. You
Right.
can have a very nice, very smooth, very consistent
Do y'all
fade
use those clippers?
without really like leaving the hair too long along the edges. You just need to have a properly set trimmer. And
I like how
and a
he got
good
this
method.
joint down
You know
here.
what
He
I
got
mean?
all the
So,
clippers right there.
I hope that kind of helps shows you like you could just fade regular, man. Keep your lines consistent, keep your lines straight. You don't have to curve your fade. You know,
His
and
audio
really
sound
work
like
the shape of the fade like that. You know?
he either
'Cause
outside
it may
doing
look
this
good
or-
for that moment, but at the same time, when the hair starts
Or
to
he's
grow
sitting in
back,
front of the fan.
why would we want the hair on the edges to grow back faster and be like longer than the rest? You know, you got to think about the longevity of a haircut. I like to go ahead and set these two corners in, you know, especially if the client likes to have that defined look, and then we can go ahead and start attacking the front hairline, guys. The easiest way for me to go ahead and attack the front hairline is, instead of like starting all the way in the left corner and then pushing all the way to the right, and it's like one long, big, difficult job. I like to set it in the middle
man
first,
need to
right?
take a
Let me
sip.
start off with the widow's peak, so that way I can determine, does any widow's peak need to be removed? You know, where's the
widow's peak.
baseline? Where's the foundation for this haircut?
I'm looking at this fade, y'all. What y'all
And
think
then
about this
from
fade?
There, I'm gonna go ahead and start working my way to one corner, right? Whether it's the left corner, whether it's the right corner. Some of you guys are gonna like working on the more recessed corner. Some of you are gonna like starting on the more full corner. Totally up to your preference, but
see
whatever
this,
you do, break it up
this,
into two smaller jobs.
this.
So I'm starting in the middle, and I work my way over to this corner here.
Am I
and
tripping?
then you're gonna see me return back to the middle and start working on the other corner. So now, breaking this up into two
It look a
smaller
little-
jobs, I can really start to balance it out, right? And make adjustments to make sure that the left side is flowing well with the right side. You know, like I said, I'm not perfect. I may not be.
I wanna
the
see
best
that other
measure in
side.
the world, right? I think there's definitely some on Instagram that may be doing it better and sharper than me, but you know,
I like that
efficient,
lineup,
my
though.
clients love it, and my schedule stays full. You know what I mean? So that's
I'll
just what I
top
want
it
to
up.
show you guys, man. This is my best way of being able to run a good solid business here in the barbershop, man.
Yeah, I like that
Let me know
lineup,
down below
though.
what you guys think, or if you have a better approach to doing these, you know, these types of haircuts. Let me know, definitely.
My man
I'm
finally
always
woke
open to
up.
feedback and just, you know, different ways how to grow. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get through the rest of this lineup. And now that you've got the trimmers in your hand,
there
right,
we
this is
go.
another part of that efficiency. I started the fade with the clipper all the way closed, so that
It's
way
consistent.
the balding out process can be that much easier. If you notice here, I've got this trimmer, and now, you know, I could go ahead and flip it over
told
and
you he was
start
gonna do that.
removing all the bulk that's left at the bottom.
I already told y'all he was gonna do that. We already knew that he was gonna do that.
It may bother some of you. I've seen it in the comments, right? Leaving the bulk at the very bottom, some people think that, oh, the barber's just being lazy, that it's messy, it's messing with my OCD. For me personally, the way that I look at it is setting in the lines and leaving this bulk for the very end. This really helps me concentrate my eyes just on the blend area from bald to dark. And I could really that's my ability. There is no skill involved in removing the bulk, right? There's no finessing once it's time to remove the bulk of the hair at the bottom, that's it. So I would rather just leave that for the end and focus all my efforts on the transition from the bald to medium to dark, right? So I hope that makes sense. Leave a comment down below if you disagree or if it does drive you nuts that I leave the bald at the very bottom. But like I said, I teach you guys what I do, and everything I do is for a reason. And it helps me with my efficiency, you know? So, yeah, leave your thoughts down below on that. The last thing that we're going to do, guys, is I wanted to show y'all how simple it can be to use the Turkish
I like how you
razor.
got these pictures on there, man. That's dope.
How simple it is.
Dope.
You literally just have to slide the blade into place, you know? I think a lot of times people think that it's going to be, you know, a time-consuming thing to use the Turkish razor, and, oh, it's just easier to pop it into the cartridge. I don't know. Sometimes for me, the sliding cartridge actually takes longer.
That's a very natural line.
The 245
I like that.
Not the triple cartridge,
very natural line.
Turkish razor.
We don't need all that extra stuff.
You know, it's got a nice weight to it because it's a metal design. But I don't know. It kind of helps me just cut straight to the chase.
Make the line look good.
It's very, very slim profile. That's what
before
makes
you put paint on it. Before you put color on it.
You know. But guys, make sure that while you're doing these lineups, man, if I'm gonna be, you're always gonna want to keep the skin tight. And the way that you accomplish this, you could see here, like, let's say if I'm cutting upwards, that means I'm pulling the skin downwards. You know, you remember how, like, when we were cutting the top of this hair, everything goes, like, with the grain or against the grain.
Real good game.
It's almost like you want to pull the skin in the opposite direction that you're going to be gliding the blade into. So let's say if your client is reclined, you know, like leaning back, and you're looking at him at the angle that I have him right now. If I'm going to be gliding this blade towards me, I'm pulling the skin away from me at all times, right? You want to make sure that you do that because these razors are so sharp that your client may not even feel it, but skin can be sliced pretty easily. Notice here, I'm cutting down, so I'm pulling up, right? My thumb is at all times pulling the skin away from the
I don't like cutting with gloves on for real. I only cut with gloves on.
You just want to make sure that you keep that maximum tightness on the skin. And look, another perfect example here. The blade is coming towards me, so I'm pulling the skin away from me. And that's it when it comes to the razor, guys. Not everybody's gonna want it, not everybody's gonna need it, but you know, some clients definitely like to have that extra longevity. You know, so that's a little sneak peek at my filming setup, man. Guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. This is the finished product. Please let me know your thoughts down below. What other kind of haircuts you want to see? I just try to stream and film everything that I can.
That's a good camera.
You know, while I can in the barbershop, and then when I have my free time, I come back, do the edits, do the to fully explain everything to you guys. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next video, man.
He added some color in there later, but I like the fact that he added color in way later, didn't even show you, because he like, man, I don't even really have to do color. I do color because either he wants to or the client requested it. So I like that part. Here's what I'm questioning though, right? Let's go back here real quick. That cut right there don't look like what we just looked at. I hate when they do this. I hate when they do this. I want to give Tito Cuts. I think Tito Cuts is a good instructor, right? I think he's good at instructing or he got good game to give, man. But as far as cutting, he might be mean. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at a cut that he probably did with you see this is crazy. I want to look at a cut that he probably did. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. So he went back and touched it. He went back and touched it. Okay. So Tito, you went back and touched the cut.
Finished product.
You went back and, okay, all right. I knew I wasn't tripping.
Here, the blade is coming towards
I knew
me,
I
so
wasn't
I'm pulling
tripping.
the skin away from me.
You went back and faded it up
Watching
a
this
little bit.
tutorial, this is the
Yep. Okay. We still got a little bit of the same issues, but it's a lot better now.
I just try to stream and film everything that I can.
Cause I know I wasn't tripping. All right, man. You know what, Tito? You done draw it too much on me now, man. I'm tired of you, man. I'm gonna let it rock, man. Tito cuts. This cut is cash. Get that man his paper, man. You know what I mean, Tito? You really walking a thin line. So when I come across your page again, boy, it better not be no confusion, man. This guy right here, that man need to hurry up and get home. He's tired, man. I'm Shy the Barber. This is Cash the Trash. And what's the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut? 2 weeks. I got nothing.